Welcome back to the channel, guys and girls. Welcome back to Bend It Fishing. If you're new to the channel, my name is Josh. If you're super new, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button if you find these videos useful. So this is going to be a 5 things that you need as a fly fisher person. So I just got this question recently, like, what do I need to get started? And there's tons of gadgets and potions and all sorts of stuff you can buy for fly fishing. And there's usually like 3 different grades of stuff. And let me talk over a couple of things right now. So one of the things you're going to need is an okay set of forceps, not like needle nose pliers, but forceps. So let me show you guys that. These are long handle. They ratchet in the back, which is not really helpful. But they have a flat spot right here, which is kind of nice. They're not serrated all the way. These are rusty. I think these are Dr. Slick. So I'll leave the link for all of this stuff below. So forceps to get that hook out, and the flat spot in those forceps to smash the barb. If you want to go barbless, you don't have to. I was fishing for stockies today where, I was catching a bunch, so I just flattened the barb. That's number 1. Forceps are key. Number 2 is a pair of cutters, or nippers as they call them. So these are Stucky Thun. I have no idea. I found these at the bottom of the river one day and they work. So you need ones that close all the way, or that close symmetrically. And this one has an eye poker, which is super helpful for if you tie your own flies, you buy flies that have glue stuck in them. And it has a nail knot tool. So if you're like the end of your fly line never breaks, you can actually tie a nail knot on the side of the river with this tool. So I'll leave a link for that and a little retractable thing. So all of my stuff stays on my Orvis waterproof sling pack. None of this stuff is sponsored. You need those cutters to cut the line next to the flies super close, tie your knots, cut tags off, that kind of stuff. And the nail knot tool's super useful as well. Like, these are rusty, so I've had them for a while. I love them. And you can buy, like, these are usually like $10 all the way up to, I think Orvis or Sim sells one that's like $90 with replaceable carbide teeth. Don't go crazy. You can also use a pair of fingernail clippers that have the hole in the back, so you can put the little retractable thing on. Super simple. That's number 2. Number 3, I'm gonna kind of lump together. And this is Shimasaki Dry Shake. So if you do any dry fly fishing, this is to dry your fly. It's just basically dry silica, the same stuff that, like in a beef jerky packet, says do not eat. It's just in a powder form, and what that does is it basically dries your dry fly off, or sucks all the moisture out. And then this Loxa Loon stuff, and this is like a wet silicone paste that you can put on the fly so it prevents it from getting wet again and stays floating on the surface, because that's what you want to do, right? You want to keep those dry flies floating on top. That's number 3. I'll leave the link below for both of those. Those kind of like go together. Amazon doesn't have them super cheap, so if you go to a fly shop, you can buy them for a little bit cheaper and they last for a very long time. So like, I've got a couple years out of these, 2-3 years out of these, so it's worth it. I'm gonna say number 4 is a net. And this is a net that my wife gave me. I have no idea who makes it, but I'll find like an Amazon equivalent. So this is just a wooden net that floats, which is kind of key. And it has the rubberized netting on the inside of it. You don't want one that has fabric, or it's fabric but rubber coated. 1, it's not good for the fish, and 2, it'll take forever to get your hooks out if you hook a fish and it gets in your net, and it just tears everything up. And how I hook my net release up is I have a magnetic release. I put it on the end of the net, like so. I have a carabiner and then the little slinky thing. And so when I'm walking, the net part actually basically hangs onto my sling bag. And that way it's not getting caught on bushes as much. It still gets caught on bushes. And then when I want to catch a fish or net a fish, I just pull down, and then I can just do it behind my back. I've kind of got used to it. And I'll leave the link for that obviously below. So number 5, which really technically should be number 1, is polarized sunglasses. So these are Rios Gear sunglasses. They're polarized and they float, and they come in a bunch of different colors. Now the amber color is the most universal color out there. For fly fishing, it covers a bunch of different watercolors to see into the water. It's really crucial when you first start fly fishing to be able to see in the water, see what your fly is doing, and see if there's fish chasing after your fly. So good pair of polarized glasses. These are $50, I think $50, $55. Once you get below that, you really start degrading the clarity of the plastic or glass. And Rios, I'll leave a link for their company below. They also sell on Amazon. They just came out with a prescription line that you can also get, which is amazing for polarized glasses. So there's a couple other brands, so Oakley, Smith, and a bunch of other ones that are like $200 in that range. They probably have way better glass, or even better glass, or better plastic. But when you drop this in the river, you want to cry. These are 55 bucks. They float. I've been using these for 5 years. Absolutely love them. And they come in a bunch of different styles. And so these ones don't wrap all the way around because they fog up on my face when I'm like walking in and sweating and stuff like that. So they do make wrap on ones that a little bit better glare protection. So that's my top 5 things that I would suggest for any person that's getting into fly fishing. Those are the things I've carried with me for the last, I don't know how many years, 20 years of fly fishing. Now, like I said before, you can buy really top end gear, or you can start in the basic. I like to stay right in the middle. That way, if I lose something, I don't really feel bad about dropping in the water or it breaking, basically. So like I said, I'll leave the link for all this stuff below. Thank you very much for watching. If you found the video useful, leave some comments below and give it a thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching.